horizon that we're seeing is not physical. It's
No,
refracted.
nothing.
Correct.
Nothing. You right. Hold your hand out in front of you. Is that your physical hand you're seeing?
Correct.
No, it's not. Hold your hand out in front of you. Is that your physical hand you're seeing?
Correct.
No, it's not. Hold your hand out in front of you. Is that your physical hand you're seeing?
Correct.
No, it's not.
Greetings and salutations. The topic for today: what's on the Wolf Pup menu? What we got here is the biggest vomit-worthy, delusional, Dunning-Kruger degenerate, reprobate ass clown I've witnessed out here. You guessed it. This is the ass clown. And he's on the menu. How's it going out there, folks? How am I coming through? Radio check 1 2 1 2 1 2. What's up, James? Man, I haven't seen you in a coon's age, man. Happy holidays, sir. Can you give me somebody give me a thumbs up on the radio check? Am I coming through clearly? Take your time. Somebody just snuck into my room. Are we good out there? Evening, everyone. What's up, Adam, sir? This guy, great for you. Thanks, Kim. Oh, Arwin, thanks for the 5x5. All right. All right, let's get our act together here, ladies and gentlemen. It's been a long time since we held a treatment, especially a vomit-worthy one such as this. I'm a little bit out of practice, so I'm gonna try to keep the logistical snafus to a minimum. Hopefully, I'm gonna get by without any Skype calls. I doubt it, though. Like I said, I've been out of practice here. We'll see how. Let me get all my ducks in a row, and we'll kick this thing off. I got a great idea. Let's do this first so I don't screw this up. So this is where I got this. I got this on, I think it was Monday morning, Monday or Tuesday morning. I can't remember. I was on Nathan's show, and they were doing a version of the treatment. And I think this kicked off Sunday night or something on the treasonous, treacherous traitors show. You know, here, Mr. D, you know, dipshit, dickless, dumbass, douchebag right here. This idiot, Jaron. So he's given venue to these crayon-munching retards. Like I said, the biggest degenerate is this ass clown. I mean, we've been through this 30 years. Yeah, just see them numpty clips, some specials on them, you know. I realize this is low-hanging fruit, but since he's made an appearance and opened up that incoherent blowhole of his and championing the Globe-Tart Goobers, then, you know, he's fair game. In fact, whenever we do the treatment, everyone's fair game, including Caleb over here, the flat Earth representative. Now, I listened to this not all the way through yet, but bits and pieces. I kind of put this shambles together, so if it's not that sharp, you understand why. But Caleb is up for evaluation also. I listened to some of it, and in many parts, I like the cut of his jib. I mean, he's a sharp cookie. But in some instances, there's some question marks. It can't all be perfect, though, right? But we'll go over that. But he's fair game. All right, let me go back to this. I need to keep checking. I'm all by me onesie here, folks, so. Everyone's abandoned me. Petty. So I'm going to have to get on the way I get on. We'll see how it goes. Sorry for the lateness. I wasn't feeling particularly too great this afternoon, but I went ahead and did a rigorous workout, and I started feeling better, and I said, okay, let's get this on. Now, this is, let me take a look how long this is. I didn't even look. Where'd she go? This is 2 hours and 6 minutes and 29 seconds. Now, I can tell you right now, we're not going to get through with this evening. Just so you know. We'll go until I probably had enough. That'll be about 10 seconds into this. No, just kidding. We'll go for a time period here, but we're not going to finish this up. There's no chance. Go ahead and police yourselves out there. Let me make sure of that. Because I am not going to be able to look at chat. I don't want to look at chat. You guys behave out there. And make sure I have enough. We got the Virgin Droid out there. James. Make James here. Moderator James. Go. I have a couple people out here. If you get a chance, James, if you see any funny business, you're now a moderator. You know what to do. Kim also. Kim, I didn't make you a moderator. I have to fix that right now. We'll add Kim as a moderator too. And that's Flatsy Klein for everyone out there. There you go. So we got a few more moderators out there. We got Adam, but I don't know how long these guys can stay. Our European friends. Do the English consider themselves to be European? I don't know. Our European friends out there, it's going to be a late one. It's already a late one for them. But I know there's a few that like to stay up really late. So I knew they'd be in here. Arwen's in here. Adam's in here. I'm surprised Brian's not in here. I don't think he ever sleeps. Too busy peeling potatoes. Get your butt in here, Brian. And me being by me onesie, I'm not, how would you say, motivated to fill every second of air with noise. Okay, so this is a relaxing evening, holiday evening. You know, once we hit Thanksgiving, we're in the holidays. That's it. Nothing else is really going on. It's cold and wet outside. Just got some dinner, spaghetti. It wasn't my famous sauce this time. She snuck another sauce in on it, and that's not going to fly. I perfected my spaghetti sauce back in 1993 over a 6-month period. Trial and error, trial and error, trial and error until I got it, and then that was it. And I gave it to my wife, and she's been cooking it for years. Now, I don't think she's added too much to it, but I'll tell you what, boy. I knew it as soon as I tasted that other spaghetti. I said, hey, now. But who wants to talk about food? I know Nathan. Somebody go get Nathan. He likes to talk about food. Before we get into this, this is going to be a train wreck of an epic disaster. You already know it is, right? Because we just got the vomit-worthy degenerate retard here. How do you think is this going to go? Hopefully you guys watch this. If you haven't, oh God. I mean, I've heard some stupid shit before. He's going to mention one thing. Now, there's a lot of stupid stuff in here. And I didn't even listen to the whole thing closely. But there's one thing that he states. It's not going to take too long till we get there. That he just exposes himself. He snatches his own dumbass wig off. And he thinks he's an intellectual or something. What does he think he is? Does he think he's some type of engineer now or something? Is that what it is? He used to be this physics god. He's got like a bachelor's degree from Tuco Community College in Tobago. You know, the mail order degree kind. He used to think he was some type of physicist or something. I know he was a dirty, nasty squid at some point, purportedly, right? Swabbing the deck. It had to be supervised, if you know what I mean. Once we get into this, you guys aren't going to believe. Well, you are, because you know this low-down scumbag. Making shit up. We're gonna take a closer look here. Like I said, I didn't spend too much time evaluating this. But there's, like I said, there's one behemoth that jumps out there. I can't believe he said it. He's so stupid. But he done it to himself. All right, let's see where we're at. We got enough people in there to get started. All right, folks, let me make sure the volume is good. I don't got the presentation on mute or the video on mute. That wouldn't be good, especially because I'm not checking the chat. All right, everything looks kosher. I am gonna skip the introductions. They both gave their introductions. I don't really care about that. It was in the first 23 minutes. If you guys want to go back and check this video, listen to the introduction. You can do that on your own time. I'm going to get it started with the actual, I don't know, debateism. Is this a debate? You know, I don't know. I don't think so. It's just exposing your ass clown. This idiot. All right. Let's roll.
Yeah, do you want to talk about the Earth being do you want to substantiate curvature? Do you want to talk about space-time, or do you want to talk about the Coriolis effect first?
He doesn't know any of those. Not one iota, not anything on any of those subjects. He doesn't know what curvature is. I'll guarantee you that. No baltard knows what curvature is. I've been asking him for 8 years. They're clueless. Coriolis effect. He doesn't know what the Coriolis effect. He doesn't know the difference between tangential velocity or tangential speed and angular velocity. Had a whole show on that. It was a belly laugher. And I think at the end it was the Coriolis effect where he snatched his own wig off. I think he made an equivalent statement that the Coriolis effect is the conservation of momentum or some stupid shit like that. You'd have to go back and listen to it, but you know what I mean. He doesn't know anything about that, Caleb. So it's open season. What are you doing here, dickless? And yeah, you will notice that he keeps his head down the whole time as a moderator. He's not paying any attention. I don't know what he's doing, writing his idiot memoirs or searching for his Tootsie Roll dick. One. Who knows? Sorry, I digress.
Up to you. You can go wherever you like.
Okay, let's
Let's start with coherency. You won't be able to keep up.
talk about gravity. So how do we substantiate that space and time act as a fourth dimensional fabric?
Well, it's not space and time, it's space-time. This
No, thanks for clearing that up. It's space-time. Like turkey squirrels.
one thing. And we can
It's not one thing, though, right? Unbelievable.
substantiate that by doing experiments following the scientific
You don't know what experiments are. You don't know what the scientific method is. We've been down this road for years. You still haven't got it. You're a pretender clown.
Method, as you like to insist. The scientific method says that
Scientific method doesn't say anything. It's not sentient or intelligent. It doesn't have any vocal cords, lips, or tongue. No aerobic respiration. You reify and reprobate retard, you. My word.
if the light or from a distant star passes by a large mass, then that light will deviate a certain
Whoa. Mass? What the hell's mass? Passes by a mass. You can't just say to Caleb, you need to stop him and ask him what the hell that is. Right? Also, I'm getting the inklings of an affirming the consequent form of logical fallacy here. Let's pull it, Jay. Let's see what he's going to do here.
insist. The scientific method says that if the light or from a distant star
If light from a distant star, that's P,
passes by a large mass, then that light will
passes by a large mass, whatever that is, that's Q.
deviate a certain amount dictated by the curvature of space-time.
That's that's an affirming the consequent form of logical fallacy, ladies and gentlemen. You are an asshat. If P, then Q, Q, therefore P. That's all this. That's all it is. He's a moron.
Then we can test that, and that was done in the
You can test what? In what?
Edison experiment in 1990.
Eddington never performed an experiment in his life. And why is Eddington performing an experiment in 1919 on space-time when the general theory of relativity, so-called scientific theory, was published 25 November of 1915? What does Eddington have to do 4 years later with Einstein's horseshit? Shouldn't have that been validated on or before November 25th, 1915? That's when it was published. You following me here, sunshine? You ain't following that. I don't even think you know what publish means. How bad we are. You're full of shit.
19 and many other times.
Many other times, like what? Like mountains and mountains of evidence?
To show that light from a distant star will bend when it gets close to our star.
Light from a distant star will bend when it gets close to our star. Sure. Yeah, we want to see that experiment. Can you tell us what the independent and dependent variables are? He doesn't know what they are, folks. He doesn't even know what independent and dependent variables are to begin with.
Change its path. Excuse me, will change its path.
Excuse me, idiot.
The predicted amount according.
Prediction. It's not a scientific prediction. A scientific prediction is a hypothesis. This isn't science. This has nothing to do with natural science. Space-time, those are concepts. Length, width, height, time, seconds, hours, minutes, days, years, they're concepts. You can't put those things in a jar and paint it red. You booger-eating knuckle dragger. This is so far away from science, it's a joke.
According to Einstein's equations.
You don't know what Einstein's equations are. Number one, he's telling you right now this doesn't have anything to do with natural science. It's a category error. He's talking about equations. Equations have nothing to do with natural science. How many times we got to tell you this? And you don't know what Einstein's equations are, you pretender clown idiot. Good God. You wouldn't know the difference between a tensor and a hula hoop.
Do we have the star plates from the observation of 1919?
Star plates. Uh-oh. What's this? Watch what he does, folks. He has no idea what Caleb's talking about. Watch this.
Do we have the star plates?
Yeah, star plates. That's what he said. Star plates, yeah.
Yep. That's how he made the observation, did he not?
I don't have.
Yeah. You have no friggin' clue. You're busted. written all over your face and your actions. And that gibberish, stuttering gibberish out of that pie hole.
Do we have them?
Does anybody?
That's what he asked. Do you have them? Not you personally, but you as in, yeah, you as in we as in a royal we. That issue. Idiot.
Have them, or did we lose them?
I have no idea.
That's the most honest thing that he'll probably say all day. You have no idea. You have no idea, period, of what he's talking about.
Well, the answer is we don't have them anymore. We've lost them, apparently, due to just a long time from it being observed. And so how do we substantiate without having the star plates that the stars even convex towards the sun in the first place? And also, isn't light massless? Why?
Oh, that's a nice one. Light is massless. He's going to trade. I told you, I like the cut of his jib, right? Even though Dickless isn't paying attention here. Not yet. That's a really good question. Let's see how Craig the idiot handles this.
Why is space-time being warped acting on a massless thing?
Excellent question, Caleb. Kudos.
Okay, 2 questions there. So the first one is you can
Yeah, you can count. 2. Yes, there were 2 questions there. Nice delay. So go ahead.
repeat the experiment which has been done.
Repeat what experiment? There was no experiment. What experiment are you talking? You don't know what an experiment is, number one. And number two, there was never an experiment. What the hell do you mean? Who knows?
Many times I can provide you with a list of experiments.
Oh, here we go with the mountains and mountains of evidence and lists. Yeah, we'll start providing them. Do it now. You won't. You can't.
It's very similar to the Eddington experiment in 19.
Eddington didn't perform an experiment. So everything that was similar to Eddington is also non-experiments, clown.
1919. Science likes to have repeatable experiments, and
Science doesn't like, it doesn't have bad breath, it doesn't get sad, it doesn't do the hokey pokey. You degenerate, reifying reprobate retard. Okay? Sunshine.
certainly repeatable following the
Shut
predictions. And mass, light, or the
Mass, light, or the mass. What's mass? You haven't defined that monkey yet. By the way, folks, it's meaningless. We'll get there. Just be patient.
massless is energy, and as
Massless is energy. What? What? What the hell does that mean? Massless is energy. I need to write that down. Hold on, folks. Massless is energy. That's a good one. All right, let me put some quotes around that so I can see. If I take a break, make sure to remind. Never mind. I'll forget about it. Don't worry about it. Let's move on.
Einstein's equivalence principle shows us E equals mc squared.
Whoa, what? Okay, let me go back. Let me pull a J. Listen up, folks, very closely. He says Einstein's equivalence principle is E equal mc squared. Let's make sure.
Following the predictions. And mass, light, although massless, is energy, and as Einstein's equivalence principle shows us, E equals mc squared.
Yep, that's it. He said E equal mc squared is Einstein's equivalence principle. Ladies and gentlemen, this rivals the hand putting up in front of your face. Is that your actual hand? No, it's not. I am telling you right now, he would get laughed at in intro to physics class junior high with that statement. And then gagged and friggin' rubber-roomed, straitjacketed, then escorted off campus with that idiot statement. E equal mc squared, bonehead, is not Einstein's equivalence principle, for God's sake. It's so stupid. You're such a pretender clown fraud. This is tantamount to the purported chair of the Texas Cattlemen's Association, putting out a memo that ribeyes come from mahi-mahi. That's what this level is, folks. Are you feeling me? Let's take a look at this. We already heard what he said. Let's check this out. Okay, from the Center of Experimental Nuclear Physics and Astrophysics, Einstein's equivalence principle. All objects fall the same way under the influence of gravity. Therefore, locally, one cannot tell the difference between an accelerated frame and an unaccelerated frame. Consider the famous example of a person in a falling elevator. The person floats in the middle of an elevator that is falling down a shaft. Locally, that is, during any sufficiently small amount of time or over a sufficiently small space, the person falling in the elevator can make no distinction between being in the falling elevator or being in a completely empty space where there is no gravity. Can somebody show me where E equals MC squared is? That train wreck dumbass equation has nothing to do with the equivalence principle. Nothing. I mean, the equation's compromised to begin with. There's no definition for energy. Gotta get to that. There's no definition for M, mass, and C can't be defined, the one-way speed of light. It's a reversed up dumbass equation. It's utterly meaningless. But Craig thinks E equals MC squared is the equivalence principle. Absolutely unbelievable. You wig snatcher, you. You pumpkin pie haircutted freak. You just snatched your own wig off. Doesn't even realize it. I don't know if you appreciate it, folks, but that is king dumbass right there. Hey, Baltards, you better get the hook and get his ass out of your community because he's making you look like a horse's ass. That you already are. He doesn't need to make you look that way. You already are that. But there you go, folks. I don't know. It all goes downhill from here, I suppose.
Energy is equivalent to mass, which means that it will be affected by gravitational effects.
Gravitational? What's gravity? Which gravity is he talking about? Who knows? Oh, I think he's on the space-time horse shit.
Especially when you talk about Einstein, because
that's what we're talking about, Einstein. That's what we've been talking about. How can we especially now talk about him? With his equivalence principle equal MC squared.
The physical fabric of the space that is warping.
Wait a second. Physical fabric of space that is warping? Hey, dumbass, sunshine. Look, his eyes crossed. Space-time isn't a fabric. You see, space is length, width, and height. And time is, seconds, minutes. You get the idea. There is no fabric. They have no physicality to them. None. Zero. So what the hell are you talking about? He doesn't know. Look, his eyes crossed. What you looking at anyway? What's going on here? He's still searching for his Tootsie Roll, Dick. Has he looked up at any point yet? Good moderation, Dickless.
Imagine walking on a curved surface.
That's the only way we could get that is imagine it. Walking on a curved surface.
If you were walking in a straight line yourself, the curved surface will change the direction that you are going. And because the space-time itself is curved, the straight path.
Space-time itself is curved, so you can bend and curve non-physical concepts. How can you do that? Where? In your imagination. It isn't happening physically. A damn incoherent third grader at recess could bust your dumb ass right here for mindlessly parroting Wiki and Discovery Channel. You pumpkin pie haircutted freak.
Path of light is changed based on that curvature of space-time.
Sure it is.
And funnily enough, even Newton actually predicted that the path.
Whoa. Why are we talking about Newton? Newton doesn't have anything to do with the fairy tale Einstein. Why are you jumping there? That was debunked over 108 years ago. And Newton told everyone that he didn't even want you to ascribe that nonsense to him. What are you looking at? What are you looking at over here? Does he have a screen over here? I think he died. I think I see the reflection of it in his glasses.
Path of light would be altered by.
He's reading something off it, isn't he? Yep, he is. Hey, moderator, wake up. Is this allowed? He's looking this shit up. What the hell? What the hell is he doing? Who knows?
By large masses, although his predictions showed it to be a lot less.
Newton never made a prediction that is a scientific prediction. That's a hypothesis in his life. Neither did Einstein. So every time you say prediction, it's horseshit. Point blank, it's just horseshit. You don't know what you're talking about.
Einstein's were.
So I didn't hear just saying. So does gravity act upon mass only?
No.
Does gravity? What's gravity? See, Caleb, we needed to establish. I know where you're trying to go here. And I understand it, but you're giving him gravity right off the bat. He hasn't defined it yet, and after the definition, then substantiated it. So we should have started there. I'll give you a pass on that one. I think I know where you're going with this, but don't let them get away with that. Especially gravity. What the hell is it? Right? We'd all like to know. After what? 350 years? Would like to know.
Gravity is a warping of space-time, which can.
Gravity is the warping of space-time. No, you can't warp non-physical concepts.
Affect energy.
Oh,
Okay.
brother.
Where is it said that it can affect energy? Where is that said?
Einstein's equivalence principle equals mc squared. Energy
He said it again. Einstein's equivalence principle equal mc squared. Oh my God. You sack sniffing cretin. He doesn't even realize that he snatched his own wig off. He'll just keep on repeating it. You can't make this stuff up, folks. There you go.
mass times the speed of light squared. So mass is energy, effectively. So
mass is energy. Yeah, you said, I marked that down. No, you said massless is energy. Now you're saying mass is energy? Remember, I wrote that stuff down before? I said massless is energy. Remember? Now you're saying mass is energy? Really? Well, make up your mind.
one is interchangeable with the other under certain conditions and energies. And
No, it's not. They're not interchangeable. You haven't defined them yet. Energy and mass. Of course, if you did try to define them, you'll find out that energy has no definition. It's meaningless. And mass is also meaning. Let's just go do that shit right now. Is that the next? Yeah, here we go. So, from Richard Feynman, Nobel laureate physics. From the Feynman lectures at Caltech. It is important to realize that in physics today, we have no knowledge of what energy is. They haven't a fucking clue. So you define. This is what I'm talking about, delusional Dunning-Kruger. All this guy, I don't even know, but I digress. All this Muppet's doing, not Feynman, Craig Muppet, is just regurgitating things he's reading off Wiki and Discovery Channel. That's all he's doing, right? Because according to Richard Feynman, they don't know what energy is. And let's just deal with mass right now. Let's go to Max Born, Nobel laureate, Einstein's theory of relativity, from Dover Publications. Listen up. In ordinary language, the word mass denotes something like amount of substance or quantity of matter. These concepts themselves being defined no further. The concept of substance is considered self-evident. Here comes the punchline, folks. I highlighted it for you, so it wouldn't escape you. This is really important. In physics, however, as we must very strongly emphasize, not only strongly emphasize, but we must very strongly emphasize in physics, the word mass has no fucking meaning. It's over. Turn out the lights, baby. Now, Max goes on to say, other than that given by formula, but we don't really give a shit. We're not talking about, that's mathematics, not physics. And then he train wrecks himself by saying it is the measure of resistance to changes of velocity. Max. That's inertia. You should have period stopped right up there and saved the embarrassment. But you didn't. You had to go on. This is non sequitur. All this is non sequitur to the actual point, though, folks. In physics, the word mass has no fucking meaning. And neither does energy. So E equal M, they're both meaningless. And C squared, they don't have, it's impossible, forever illusory, to find out what the one-way speed of light is. The whole thing, like I said, is a reverse stuff, reprobate, retard equation. It's utterly meaningless. Simple. As is.
And therefore it can be affected in the same way. And again, only Newton...
He's reading, folks. See it? I see the screen now, too. He's reading off a screen right here. Why is this allowed? Oh, Dickless! Wake up! You treasonous, treacherous traitor.
His descriptions of gravity said that it would affect only mass.
Mass, we already affect only something meaningless. I suppose. I don't know what the hell he's reading.
But Einstein doesn't say that. Einstein's predictions are that
Einstein never made any predictions, not scientific predictions. Scientific predictions are hypotheses. I challenge anyone to post a single viable scientific hypothesis ever postulated by Albert Einstein. You'll never fucking find one. Not one.
This curvature of space-time will affect the path of light. That's
Everything's curved to these morons.
what Einstein says.
Are
Who
you under
cares?
the impression that
Who cares what he says? We want things that can be demonstrated and validated. Who gives a shit what that friggin' mytho-mathematical fairy tale idiot of a philosopher with a calculator said? He's dumber than you are.
E equals mc squared is in any way related to the theory of relativity to explain?
It's not anything related to the theory of general relativity. That's not an actual theory, by the way. It's not a scientific theory. No, it's not related to that at all. No, it's in special relativity, which isn't a scientific theory either. But I see where you're going here. Let's see where it ends up.
Explains gravitation. They're two totally different subjects.
Correct. Good job.
You realize that, right?
He doesn't.
Yeah, I said it's the equivalence principle.
Yeah.
So it doesn't have to do.
There he goes again, calling it the equivalence principle. You can't make that. Like I said, folks, you can't make this up.
With anything with. So there's
like be considered to have mass in certain circumstances.
Light's considered to have mass in certain circumstances. Really? Where? Citation, please. He just made that up. In no circumstances, with the current paradigm, your pseudoscience paradigm, light is massless, Holmes. In all circumstances. You're a liar. Delusional Dunning-Kruger, you can't, see, there's a line there. You can't call him a liar if he's delusional. He might actually believe this shit.
Equals mc squared, where energy.
That's the equivalence principle. Unbelievable.
Is mass. So that answers you. It's a lot deeper, and
it's a lot deeper than that. Yeah, it's piled higher and a lot deeper than that, huh? What a clown you are. Fucking Mae West is in the corner blushing. You expose yourself every single time you open up that incoherent pie hole. You pumpkin pie haircutted freak.
Part of an undergraduate.
Part of undergrad. I told you, with your equivalence principle equal MC squared, the undergraduate, like in junior high intro to physics, you'd be belly laughed out of there. Now he's all going to delusional Dunning-Kruger kind of portray himself, put on the air that he has some type of education. This is so far beyond clinical level Dunning-Kruger. They don't have any classification for it. I mean, he needs to be, look at him. He needs to be institutionalized. Why does he still have subscribers? Is my question. Can anyone answer? I'm going to take a break. Can anyone answer me and give me a coherent answer on how this degenerate reprobate retard has any subscribers? Somewhat coherently, please. Anyone? I'm looking at the chat now. I'm going to take a break, man, because this is too stupid. Why does he have any subscribers? Anyone? How? Not why. How? I mean, besides his mom, how does he have any subscribers? Are you guys stonewalling me? I need to take a break anyway, man. He's not a rocket surgeon. Could have fooled me. Yeah, we're going to take more frequent breaks because I can only go so long. And I haven't screwed up yet. He gives ball tarts hope. Good one, Arwen. If he's the flag of hope for ball tarts hope, OMG. I don't know. I just can't get past the E equals MC squared is the equivalence principle. I mean, folks, I can't tell you. I can't tell you how stupid that is. He said it like 3 or 4 times, too, so there's no mistaking it. Quite clearly. Oh, I do have 2 super chats. Thanks. Wonder Get. Looks like I'm in for a treatment. Thanks. Yeah, you are. Not you personally, but yes, we all are in for a treatment. And Roger Ledwell, let's see if Johnny knows the weight of a neutron star. I think I know what you're talking about. Somebody brought this subject up. Was it this Crayon Muncher? Was that FTFE idiot? I don't know. I think it was. I faintly remember something in that vicinity. But thanks for the super chats, guys. Appreciate it. So no one's going to answer my question about how on earth this friggin' degenerate reprobate has any subscribers. That's fine. I guess it's a rhetorical question. Let me stretch here, folks. How you guys like Caleb's so far? He looks pretty sharp. He seems pretty sharp to me. Up to this point. How you like the moderator? Could put my cat's litter box there. Do the same thing. Oh, I got to make sure I don't screw up and not put up this presentation again. I'm doing pretty good. I haven't screwed up yet. Oh, let me stand up too. 1 second. It's more than 1 second. You know what I mean. All right, I'm back. Balls attract other balls. Yeah, I've heard that for many years. They do have this incestuous obsession with balls, don't they? No, that's not deeper rooted. Oh, man. All right. You guys want to get back to the action. I know you do. I think this is healthier for me, too, to take more frequent breaks so I don't get totally disgusted and throw up everywhere. Right? We just relax. Be better. As far as you know. All right. Let me not screw up like I said. Let's put this monkey right over there where it belongs before I start. All right. Good job so far, Caleb. You dipshit that don't even look up. My word. What an embarrassment. And you. Get this clown, man. I don't know, dudes. It's scary out there.
Understanding of physics to get into that deep station.
Energy doesn't equal mass. Energy is a factor or a modality of mass.
Whoa.
They're
What
equivalent.
modality? What the hell is a modality? What is that even? What the hell did you say? Caleb, we're going to pull a J on you. Let me hear that one more time.
Energy doesn't equal mass. Energy is a factor or a modality of mass.
Energy is a modality of mass. That's some stupid shit right there, Caleb. Energy is a modality of mass. I don't know, Caleb. This is the first time I've ever seen him. I haven't heard of him before that or before this, but that's some stupid shit, Caleb. You need to clean that up. The cut of your jib has got a little dull with that point. Police that shit up, man.
In that equation.
Why are you even talking about equations? I thought this was science. Mathematics is not science. Science is not math. Physics is not math. Math is not physics. This is really easy. Like cupcakes aren't beluga whales. In that vein. My word.
They're equivalent. That's the equivalence principle.
He's back on his equivalence principle. It's E equals MC squared. Oh, boy.
So in your mind, energy and something physical are the exact same thing.
Energy is physical. So I don't know why you're going down this road. You could have jumped on more than that. Yeah, energy is physical. Anything that's physical has one or two things. It's matter or energy. So for matter, it must have chemical formula, structure, charge, momentum, or spin. That's matter. Or energy. Milli, electron volts, kcals, or kilojoules. Right? And you can damn sure measure energy in those units. So that's number 2, Caleb. That cut is getting duller. Is that a word? It is now.
Well, energy can become mass. That's some.
No, it can't. That's some stupid shit. Show! I want to see energy, which you can't define, become mass, which you also can't define. We want to see that. Yeah, I want to see that. If you don't, you're a village idiot, because that's a baseless assertion. That's what village idiots do. They make baseless, unsupported assertions. I mean, that's the least of your issues there, clown.
Something that happens.
Something that happens. Really? Oh, that's deep.
Okay, I'll ask the question again. Is mass and energy, which energy is not defined in today's
Correct.
terms anyway. Nobody can define the term energy. What is energy?
Nicely done. Correct. So he's back on the horse. What is energy? Look at this doofus. You're busted now.
What is energy, Greg?
Like you weren't busted before. Look at him. Up. He's looking at his screen, folks. You typing? You typing down? Here's another question. Are you being fed? Hey, Dickless. Oh, he peeked up. I wonder if he's looking at him. What is going on here, folks? What's energy? Let's see what he does.
Amount of work done. Well, mathematically.
Amount of work done? No, that's not fucking energy. We already went over energy. Richard Feynman said we don't have any friggin' clue of what energy is. So, and it's not stupid, the amount of work done. That's non sequitur. Amount of work. What do you mean? All right, so I go outside. Me and my wife walk outside. But I only trimmed half of the bush. So there was work done, and I look over to my wife. I say, look over at that bush. That's energy. But not the full amount because I didn't finish it. It's fucking stupid. He's just mindlessly parroting what he screen grabbed, right? It's amount of work. No, it's not. Idiot.
What do you want it to mean? What do you mean no one?
What does he want it to mean? See, this is Deuce 7 offsuit, folks. This is Elmer Fudd Cott. What does he want it to mean? Non sequitur from the Black friggin' Lagoon. You dizzy doofus. What does he want it to? Fuck you. You are a pretender clown fraud.
One can define what energy is.
See how you're not able to define it?
Exactly.
What is energy?
Come on, do the Texas two-step again. Let's see the next iteration. Oh, he's looking over at the screen. Little peek.
And energy is the amount of work done.
Yeah, you said that before, and no, it's not. It's stupid. Think about it.
Which kind of... It depends on the...
Which kind of sentence fragment? It depends on... No, it doesn't depend on shit. What's energy?
Context that you want energy described.
This has nothing to do with fucking context. The context is, what is energy? That's the context. He's got another screen. You guys see this reflection? He's got another screen, and it's not coming from this direction. There's another screen over here. Just make a mental note.
Right. You want energy to...
Yep, there it is. See it? So he's got a screen over here and a screen over here. Dickless got his face buried down in his idiot memoirs. Is this, like I said, is this kosher? Is this allowed on debateism for moronisms? Because this is clear.
Described in the context of...
There it goes. He's reading right off the screen. What the hell are you doing? You eating your dung? What is going on? Sorry, folks. Let me get back. I digress.
You want energy described in the context of mechanical principles.
No, we want energy defined in its context. What is energy? Period, dumbass. Your appeal to context here is fucking third grade moron. And everyone knows it. You think you're cloaked. I told you he's delusional. He thinks he's cloaked. Yeah, we see you, ass clown, fraud.
I want it described in simple terms for a child.
He's typing right now, folks. He's looking that shit up right now. He's not hiding it. It's obvious. Oh, dipshit. Hello, moderator. Do some moderation. Unbelievable. He's not even looking, folks.
To be able to understand energy, it's saying that energy is the amount of work to be done on something cannot be influenced by gravitation. You would agree, right?
No, it's just a stupid definition. It's not that it's influenced. It's just a dumbass definition. It's not even a definition of it. It's non sequitur.
Sorry, I didn't mean to overtalk there. You cut out. I apologize. And energy is literally the capacity to do work.
Now it's the capacity. No, it's not. Look, he got that off this screen over here. So energy is not a capacity at all. You clown. Like I said, folks, he's just reading off wiki, just regurgitating right off his screen. Of course, he had to look it up because the first he said was the amount of work, right? He got it off this screen. This is probably the dumbass screen. He's probably getting fed by McBooger Eater or something. But this screen, he was definitely typing. Unbelievable.
Work. That's what energy is.
So how
That's what. No, it's not. Oh, no, it's not. You glue sniffing goober. My word.
does gravitation affect the capacity to do work?
Well, the capacity to work is interchangeable with mass. Energy
He's
equals
circular banjoing him. It's circular. The capacity to do work, which is energy, is mass because of his equivalence principle, E equal mc squared. That's what he's saying. He's a friggin' moron. Unbelievable. Shouldn't the moderator step in, you'd think, and call out this horseshit? You'd think.
mass.
That's
Times
what I'm
speed.
saying. So do you think that mass and this idea of energy are completely the exact same thing? You think that this water bottle is the same as
No, you just said yes before. You said energy is mass. And then massless is energy. Now it's no? You sure about that? Contradict yourself much in your own delusional bullshit.
energy, hypothetical energy?
There he goes again. He's typing again, folks. Unbelievable.
That can't be defined here?
There he goes. You see it? This is plain to see. He ain't even hiding it. Why is that? Does he know that this dickless, doofus, dipshit not going to do anything? Does he know that? He must.
Well, you could define everything in that water bottle in the terms
In the water bottle. Really? In terms of what?
of energy.
Massless or mass?
So you think they're the exact same thing? It's a very simple.
He thinks the water bottle's energy. What capacity of work does that water bottle doing? Or does it have? This is just. You could put an incoherent second grader here, and I think the incoherent second grader would do a better job. What say you? You know the right answer to that.
Simple question.
Yeah, I just answered. All of the materials in that bottle can be defined in the terms of energy.
Oh, really? They have the capacity to do work. So Caleb's water bottle has the capacity to do work. It's just sitting there right on his desk. Delusional, Dunning-Kruger, and you're not following what you just said previously. It's not connecting. That's non sequitur. Even the delusional horseshit's non sequitur.
Okay. So let's talk about the space-time fabric. So you said that we can make observations. That's only one step of the scientific method.
Uh-oh. I'll let him go.
Other than making observations, and even if you look at the star plate from 1990,
No, I'm not saying it. I'm not going to let him go. Observation is not part of the scientific method. Observing a natural phenomena is part of the scientific method, not just observation. So it's incomplete, it's incorrect. It's not precise enough, so that's incorrect, Caleb. Let's see what he does.
19 from Arthur Eddington's observation, some of the stars are moving away from the sun. I don't know if you saw Robert Bennett. Either way, there's a PhD that's been talking with Wits It Gets It. And
oh, no. Really? Shits at 40? What is a physicist talking with shits at, 20? What is a physicist talking with shits at 24? Or are they exchanging favorite colors? You need to clean this stuff up, Caleb.
he's been exposing that the star plates didn't even show that all stars tended towards the sun. Some of them moved away, some of them moved horizontally. Not all of them are tending towards the sun. So I'd love to see an observation that shows every single star and the light that's being emitted from it curving towards the sun because of space-time. And either way, it's a begging the question fallacy.
Correct. Yeah, it's irrelevant. If you could see, this is all horse shit. And it is a begging the question fallacy. Well, In fact, it's an affirming the consequent formal logical fallacy. He just didn't go all the way through with it. He doesn't have to. He just has to do the if P then Q. Then implicitly, it's an affirming the consequent formal logical fallacy.
Where you're assuming that it's because of space-time, it's just as equal for me to say, oh, no, there's actually unicorns up there that are tied to the sun.
Correct. Correct. You see where he's going with this, folks? He's taking the principle. He's just replacing the principle. This guy says space-time curvature or gravity, whatever the hell he's saying. This guy's saying that the cause of this so-called effect is unicorns. Mine is invisible three-toed gnomes. So he's on equal standing scientifically with this idiot. You're correct, Caleb. Good job.
That are pulling in the light towards it. As long as the math works out the same way, it's basically the same assumption that you're making, that it's space-time gravitation.
Exactly. You got it. Very well done. Yes. Hope everyone got that. We've only been speaking about that for like 8 years.
Okay, you do realize that assumptions aren't a problem in science. In fact, it's kind of...
What the fuck? There are no assumptions in the scientific method. There are suppositions in the scientific method. Those aren't assumptions, you crayon-crunching clown. You wouldn't know what natural science or the scientific method was if it started kicking footballs wrapped in Carolina Reaper lace concertina wire. There are no assumptions, you ass clown, in the scientific method whatsoever. He doesn't know what assumptions are, as opposed to suppositions.
A foundation of science. You have to make...
He says it's the assumptions are the foundation of natural science. Oh, of science. He didn't say natural science. What a clown. You booger-eating knuckle-dragger.
An assumption. That's what hypothesis is.
No, the hypothesis is not an assumption. It's a supposition, you crackhead. My God. Do I have that in here? Let's see. Oh, I do. A scientific hypothesis is a supposition. A supposition, on the other hand, has the connotation that the idea or theory is testable and provable. You see that? It's tentative, provisional, until you test that monkey. It's a supposition, as opposed to a presupposition or an assumption, same friggin' thing, something that you believe is true without having any proof. It's something assumed, there it is, something assumed, you ass clown, to be true beforehand. That's not what this is. That's not what a supposition is. You don't know what simple terms mean. I mean, you need to start over in primary school again. This is an embarrassment.
To be able to test something. And you can call it what you want. Space-time is just a name that they've given it.
No, you can't call it what you want. In science, in natural science, precise language is required. Not only in natural science, just to communicate with each other. You just can't make shit up. I know you're part of the left-wing fuckwit faction that just makes shit up, anti-flat earthers. You can't do that. That's not science, crayon crunchy clown. You idiot. My God, sir.
Call it unicorns if you like. That's fine.
Oh,
I will
brother.
call it Bob. It doesn't matter the name.
He can call it Bob. Wait, let's see if I got anything on this. Did I put something down on it? Oh, here we go. As in, this is from Nielsen, Peter, natural, synthetic, and artificial DNA, PNA, and xeno-NA, or xeno-NA, depending on where you're at. As in all scientific communication, precise language is essential for giving and receiving messages correctly. Duh. From Dr. Mary Schweitzer, paleontologist, North Carolina State. Exactly. That's one of the things I drive my students crazy on. Words count. Words are important. Choose your words carefully, Bob. You're just an idiot.
The prediction.
You don't have a prediction because you don't have a scientific hypothesis, which is a scientific prediction. Crayon muncher.
Is that when you go and look at something,
the prediction is when you go and look at something, then what?
Will happen at this particular time and
then something will happen at this particular time. He's just making dumb shit up.
place. So, if you want to go through the scientific method.
Go through. Did he say through? With an F? Go back. I need to hear it. I need to see what his dumbass mouth looks like. Look at
is that when you go and look at something, i.e. this thing will happen at this particular time and place. So, if you want to go through the science.
Yeah, he does. He says through with an F. If you go through something. Oh, my God, dude. If you go through something. Oh, boy. I don't know. You make the call.
Method. The observation is, I don't know, things accelerate towards the ground on Earth at 9.8 meters per second, roughly.
Do they? What about helium balloons? Clouds. Or clouds falling to the Earth at 9.8 meters per second squared? Idiot.
Squared. My hypothesis is that it's because the fabric of space.
His hypothesis is because the fabric of space-time is doing what?
Space-time is curved by the large mass of Earth.
I don't know, folks. I don't know. I don't think a frontal lobotomy would even do the job here. You? What an ass clown.
And it will affect the path of objects.
That's not a hypothesis, by the way. You'd fail 5th grade. Intro to 5th grade general science.
Light. So how do we test that? Well, if that's true, when the light from a distant star passes our star, it will.
Here we go with another affirming the consequent formological fallacy. If a light from another star, how do you know it's a star? Passes our star. The sun's not a star, dipshit. But that's the if statement. Go ahead, give us the cue.
According to these calculations, change its path a certain amount. That's a prediction.
Then this will happen. So when this happens, therefore my previous if statement is true. Ladies and gentlemen, that is a textbook affirming the consequent formological fallacy. Simple.
Based on the hypothesis.
You don't have a hypothesis.
So you go and look at a particular time and place.
So you go look at a particular time and place, right? Jeez.
When you're able to do that during an eclipse and you're able to see the stars that are close to our sun and test that prediction. And it's something
that's not a prediction and you're not testing anything. What's the independent variable here? Your eyelids? And you don't have a hypothesis either. You're an idiot.
Can be done over and over and over again.
Yeah, you can do stupid shit over and over and over again. Yep, you can.
The observation is part of the experiment. The experiment can.
The observation is part of the experiment. What? What do you mean that you're looking at the experiment? That's stupid.
Be going to a certain place at a certain.
Yeah, you already said that dumb shit. It's non sequitur.
Time and seeing if a prediction takes place.
To see if a prediction takes place. He has no clue what a scientific prediction is. None. It's a belly laugher. Thank you.
So you just admitted that it's just as valid to say that unicorns are pulling the star's light towards the sun. So you would have no way of substantiating that the fourth dimensional fabric called space-time exists in any physicality anyway, right? You can't substantiate that, correct?
Hey, you can call it what you want. You can call it unicorns if you
No, we're not going back over this. We can't call it unicorns and we can't call it Bob, you dipshit.
want, but the predictions of the
You don't have a prediction.
thing that we call space-time
You call space-time. You mean the concept?
show that X will happen if Y is the case.
Yeah, if A or if P, then Q. Yep, he's going down the affirm the consequent form a logical fallacy for you. Wonder if he goes to the end or it's just implicit.
And
Okay,
then
okay.
we test that prediction.
That's not a prediction.
That's
Okay.
what we're doing.
No,
In
I,
science, as you
That's science. Affirming the consequent form a logical fallacies are science to this idiot.
insist with
that's
the
not
science, and we
that's
are
not science.
Exact. See, Caleb's all over this. Good job.
steps. Well, it is because it follows.
Well, it is. So, yaha. It is. My affirming the consequent formal logical fallacies, the carpet bomb barrage of them that you're already giving us here today, that it is science.
No, it's not.
It matters.
So my theory would be just as valid as yours, right? You would say that my
No, your complete speculation is just as scientifically valid as his. That's correct. Yes.
reference frame and my theory why light tends towards the sun being unicorns pulling it too would be just as valid as yours if the math worked out, right? It'd be just as valid, correct?
Yes.
How would you test that theory?
How would you test yours? That's not a theory. That's a speculation like yours. How would you test yours? That's shifting the burden of proof fallacy. You haven't tested yours yet. Show the fabric of space-time. Ball-tard bum sniffer? You can't because it doesn't exist. It's a fairy tale. It's a wiki delusion.
How do you test space-time?
Yep.
I with something similar to the Eddington experiment. We've just
That's an
Eddington never performed an experiment in his life. We're circle jerking back. He's respawning.
Observation. You're not testing it. That's an observation.
I explained how it is an experiment as well.
Okay.
What? You didn't explain. There wasn't an experiment, so you didn't explain shit.
That's what I'm trying to walk you through your logic that I'm not saying that unicorns are pulling the light towards the sun. I'm saying there's no way to experiment and verify either assumption. Therefore, they are not validated by just looking at the stars and their moved positions, which again,
Correct. He's correct. Good job, Caleb. Yep.
if you look at the star plates from Arthur Eddington in 1919, not all the stars move towards the sun. So I guarantee if I look at all your other observations, not all of them are moving towards the sun either. So again,
It wouldn't matter anyway. You can't test anything.
your theory falls apart just by looking at
No, his speculation, let me put, the speculation that he got off a wiki or Discovery Channel can't be tested. That's more or less what it is.
the evidence.
Okay, so yeah, it is an experiment. The fact
It is not an experiment, so yaha doesn't make it. You don't have a hypothesis. You don't even have an observed. You may have an observed natural phenomena, but you haven't shown it. You most assuredly don't have a viable independent variable, clown show.
that you predict something to happen
No, prediction. No. A scientific prediction is a hypothesis. You don't have one. Bum sniffer.
at a particular time.
Here
then
we
you
go
and
again.
check that thing.
At a particular place, at a particular time. Yeah, Caleb's losing it. Yeah. Yeah, I know you got to deal with this. So do we. Look at this idiot.
At that time is that experiment. It's
No, that's not
It's that experiment. That's not, looking at something is not an experiment, idiot.
an experiment.
Please don't interrupt me. You've even got an IV and a DV there.
Really? Really, we do. What's the IV and the DV? Let's hear it.
You know, it's very simple.
Well, if it's very simple, tell us.
It is an experiment, whether you like to say it or not. That's
Well,
why
I guess we're not going to get the IV and DV. It's just a yaha. It is.
the Eddington experiment of 1919.
Eddington,
And as for
Eddington never performed a scientific experiment in his life. And most notably, the 1919 one was not an experiment, not a scientific experiment.
some of the stars moving away, yeah, that's actually part of the predictions because the stars do
Really?
have-
What's the hypothesis? Round and round we go with an Eejit.
have their movements naturally throughout the night, but only the
Naturally throughout the night. That's astonishing.
ones that were extremely close to our star, the path of the light coming from that star past our sun, only those ones were predicted
Only those ones were predicted. What's the hypothesis?
to move a noticeable amount that would affect their normal movement.
What the fuck is this circle jerking idiot? This makes no sense whatsoever. You're not even regurgitating it right.
The other ones had movement that was more than the movement that would have been applied by the light from them passing near our star.
Passing nearby or passing through?
What is the difference between an observation and an experiment?
Ooh, very well done, Caleb.
An observation could be an experiment if you
What? An observation can be an experiment. Really? Then your independent variable must be your eyelids. That's the only way. What a class clown.
you make a prediction for a thing to happen at a particular
No, we're not going down this road again. A prediction is a scientific hypothesis. Your specific time and place is just made up nonsensical horseshit.
time.
An observation can be an experiment.
Yes.
Wow.
If you didn't know that, that's fair enough.
Yeah, if he didn't know that, that's fair enough. Dudes, it's break time, dudes. I gotta take a break. That's some stupid shit, man. All right, let's see what's going on out here. Hey, we got some more super chat. Super chat. Roger Ledwell, don't give Craig a higher class rating. Did I do that? And Incredible Cherry, or Incredibly Cherry. Thank you very much. No message. And Vlad on Flat Earth, no message. Appreciate that, guys. And gals. We got Kim, that super chat. Yeah, you can write that in there all day long, but you have to wait until I get back here because I ain't going to see him. I don't know, folks. I mean, this is pretty bad up to this point. We know that Craig doesn't know what natural science is. He doesn't know what the scientific method is. He doesn't know what predictions are. He's also looking at screens. Uh-oh, do I still have this going? No, I don't. He's also looking at screens. He's got two screens here that he's looking at. One he's typing in. The other he's just looking at. I would suspect that one that he's looking at over to the right, he's being fed, and over to his right, he's being fed something, and over to the left, he's typing in there. So, and then you got the dickless dipshit, that treasonous, treacherous traitor moderator, not doing anything about it. I don't know. This is pretty sorrowful. And how can we forget? Let's not forget that E equals MC squared is the equivalence principle. According to this degenerate reprobate retard. I can't believe he must have said it like 4 or 5 times, though. Like I said, Baltards, you better get the hook out quick. He's a Trojan horse. You don't trust QE? Why not? I don't trust anyone. I don't trust QE, but guess what? I have never seen a reason to distrust FE, so maybe I do. YouTube, you starting shrooms again? All right, folks, guess what, man? I'm out. I need to pick up some water. So give me 2 minutes. Smoke them if you got them. All right, I'm back. Let's see what we got here. We've been going for an hour and 21 minutes. And let's make this a short one today. I'm not going to stop right now, but we're going to make it a shorter one than the usual like 5-hour marathon. We're not going to do that. We'll make it a shorter one. Like I said, I don't know where I'll stop it, but it's not going to be all that much longer. YouTube says, QE, I don't trust anyone, but I've not a reason yet to not trust you. Well, thank you. Why the fuck is he? I don't know. Why is Craig reading? Is that what you're asking? Like I said, the right one he's being fed, and the left one he's typing in. I'll guarantee it. Guaranteed. It's obvious. 4 more, yeah, Dr. Lau, yeah. 4 more. You know, I made that up. That's mine. That's copyrighted. You can't turn that around on me. All right, so I guess you guys want to get back to this. It's just a circle jerk, man. I wish we'd bust into another topic. Maybe we will. Like I said, I didn't pay too close attention here, so I just went through it quickly and just marked down some brief notes on what this idiot said. All right, let's see what we got. Let me make sure that I got that thing in the correct spot, like you guys are seeing it. Let's roll.
I understand that you've never studied physics, but
he understands that Caleb's never studied physics. What the hell are you trying to do now? You delusional reprobate retard. It's already clearly established, like I said, that you wouldn't know what physics, natural science, or the scientific method was if it started kicking footballs wrapped in Carolina Reaper lace concertina wire right up your butt. So he's trying to put on this air that he's like some, I guess he's a physicist now or something. Oh, God. Delusional Dunning-Kruger idiot. Unbelievable. You have the audacity to say that shit? You friggin' ass clown? Unbelievable.
you learn these things when you physics. That over time,
we learn these things in physics. We learn all these affirming the consequent formal logical fallacies and reification fallacies. That's what we learn in physics. Who's we, dipshit? Certainly not you.
things can happen. You change the position and the time, you go and look at that thing.
Oh, we're back on the position and change the time and go back and look shit. This is some dumb shit right here.
To see if that thing has happened.
See if that thing is, that's why we love you. Your meticulous attention to excruciating detail. OCD-like. And moron.
And if that matches your prediction.
It matches your prediction. If you make a prediction and you go somewhere, and and if your observation matches the horseshit that you dreamed up, then the horseshit that you dreamed up is true. You get that, Caleb? That's physics.
And voila, you performed the experiment.
And voila, you performed an experiment. Oh my God. Oh boy. Oh. Oh man.
If it doesn't match your predictions, you've performed the
Shut
experiment.
the hell up.
You failed to falsify it, or you
failed to falsify a bunch of sentence fragments. You failed to falsify what?
In that case. But
your hypothesis in that case, really? What was the hypothesis?
Making an observation at a particular time and place can be an experiment.
If he says this one more time, making a particular observation at a specific time and place, I'm going to take a contract out on his dumb ass. I am sick of that dumb shit. You friggin' pumpkin pie haircutted freak. Say it one more time.
Absolutely.
Okay, so observation and experiment are synonymous to you?
Here we go again. We're back circle jerking this idiot's nonsense again.
An observation can be an experiment.
Yes, with your eyelids as the independent variable. Yep, it can. You freaking knuckle dragging idiot.
I'll ask the question again. Are an observation and experiment the exact same thing, or are they different steps of the scientific method?
Observation is step one of the scientific method.
Incorrect.
Experiment.
Incorrect. Observation is not step one of the scientific method. Observing a natural phenomenon is the first step of the scientific method. It gives you your dependent variable. You can make observations of all kinds of things that are not natural phenomena. You sack sniffing cretin. My God, are you stupid?
Is step four of the scientific method, but an experiment can be an observation of a particular
No, it can't. You're an idiot.
thing happening. That would be
Of a particular thing happening. That would be what? This is just stupid nonsense.
the prediction.
No, that's not the prediction. The prediction's the hypothesis that comes before the experiment, idiot.
Prediction you would make is, if our case, my hypothesis is correct.
Oh,
then
God. Oh, here we go with another affirmative consequent form of logical fallacy. If my hypothesis is correct, which is dumb fuck.
I predict that at this particular time,
I predict the prediction is the scientific hypothesis, glue sniffer. You already asked backwards. My God.
we will be able to observe the path of the
Yeah,
light from the star.
Yeah. If P, then Q. If my hypothesis is correct, which is dumb fuck, then Q, then the path of light we observe does this. We observe of the path of the light doing this. Therefore, my non-hypothesis is true. Ladies and gentlemen, that's an affirmative consequent form of logical fallacy again. That's what all this is. It's just a carpet bomb barrage of affirming the consequence.
Being bent. That's the prediction.
That's not a
experiment
prediction.
is going to that place at that time.
Oh, God.
And testing that prediction.
All right. I can't take contracts. He is a moron. He keeps repeating the same dumb shit over and over again. There's no cure for this. None.
Prediction by setting up your equipment and
Now we're setting up our equipment. What equipment?
monitoring what has happened.
Monitoring? No. An experiment, you're not monitoring. Now, the IV, the researcher is physically manipulating it, not monitoring, dumbass.
Most of science is just monitoring things.
I'd say there's a better chance of Liberace being resurrected sporting a purple tutu and jumping on a chartreuse hobbled unicorn and riding around the sombrero galaxy, dumbass. You're a clown.
And see if it matches predictions.
See if it
And that's
matches
exactly
predictions.
what they did in the Eddington experiment, and
Eddington didn't perform an experiment, and he never performed an experiment in his life, along with Newton and Einstein. Never, not one.
every other similar experiment.
Every other similar experiment. It's just hyperbole horse shit. Shout out to McBooger Eater with his hyperbole.
The fact is, it was a prediction.
The fact of it was, it wasn't a prediction because you didn't have a scientific hypothesis.
And they formed an experiment based on the
The prediction doesn't form an experiment.
prediction.
Prediction.
To see if it matches.
He keeps saying prediction. It's all about prediction. He hasn't a fucking clue what a scientific prediction is.
The hypothesis. It did. They analyzed the results and they found they failed to falsify their hypothesis.
Failed to falsify what hypothesis? What's the hypothesis?
The scientific method.
Okay, so
The scientific method. He's done. You didn't say anything. What's the hypothesis? That's all we want to know. Idiot. And you didn't answer his question. He said, is observation synonymous with experiment?
So you would agree with my hypothesis of unicorns, it would be just as valid if the assumptions that
We're going to circle jerk back to this. Yes, that's correct, Caleb. It's the same situation, yes.
I make for the tending of the light towards the sun, it would be just as valid as the bending and warping of space-time, right? If all the math worked out and we tested and over and over the math worked out with the unicorns pulling the light towards the sun, it'd be just as valid as yours, correct?
Yes, because you haven't established or validated the cause of the effect. Correct. Good job, Caleb.
You can call it unicorns.
Here we go again. What am I going to do with this, folks? We're just going to keep on going back and forth over this?
I
suppose.
It doesn't matter what you call the thing.
You're an asshat. It does matter what I call you, because that's what you are.
The fact is, the experiment is something is warping the path of light.
The fact is that something is warping the path of light. What's that something? Wait a second. Give me a second, folks. I got to close the door. All right, I'm back with you. So what's the something? Is warping the path of light. What's that something? That's what we're looking for. That's what Caleb's talking about.
You can call it unicorns. We call it space-time.
You just call it something. You have to validate, you idiot crayon muncher. You do that with experiment.
If you want to perform an experiment based on the prediction,
why would he want to conduct an experiment? It's your claim.
of unicorns, then that's great. Then we can.
Well, it's the same thing. Well, we'll wait for you first. Space-time. You first. It's your claim, and then he'll do his.
Analyze those results, but you tell me, what would the predictions of unicorns be? How
obviously it's
the same predictions. The same predictions you got in your mathematical horseshit model. It's the same. Now go ahead. Let's see you show space-time causing warped light.
It's a hypothetical. It's obviously a hypothetical. So all I'm trying to show to the audience is that my reference frame and my assumption of why the light tends towards the sun would be equally as valid as long as the math works out.
Correct.
Craig, do you think math is descriptive or explanatory?
Oh, damn. That's what I'm talking about. I told you I like the cut of his jib. Do you hear that question, folks? Let's pull a J on that. That was very, very well done. I can't wait for the answer. Let's hear what he said. Let's hear the question again.
Why the light tends towards the sun would be equally as valid as long as the math works out. Craig, do you think math is descriptive or explanatory?
Uh-oh, SpaghettiOs. Very well done. Is math descriptive or explanatory?
Well, before we get there,
before we get there, what do you got to do? You got to sniff some glue? Idiot.
Talk about what you've just said. Again, you need to have a hypothesis.
Oh, my God. Answer his question. You don't know what a hypothesis is, clearly. My God. Moderator, hey, Dickless. You got to do something here, right? We're not going to listen to this idiot until he answers Caleb's question. But no, you're over there playing with yourself.
Prediction and an experiment. If you've got that, you're doing science.
Shut the hell up.
But if you're just saying
answer his question. Is math descriptive or explanatory? Oh, he looked up. Did you wake up? You on some lewds or something? Dipshit. That's what the D stands for. Or douchebag.
Did it? In what way did unicorns did it? Just saying unicorns did it.
In what way did unicorns did it? You fucking idiot. So, or you're going to answer the question? We haven't forgotten it. Hopefully, Caleb, hopefully you don't forget it.
Isn't a hypothesis.
They bent the ether towards the sun. The unicorns
Did he say ether? Come on now, Caleb.
were grabbing the ether and bending it towards the sun. Is that better? Does that help?
And do you have a prediction?
We're getting far, far away from that question. He red herring fallacied away from your question, and you let him. We've already been over this 3 times. That he's just conjuring the principle. His is space-time. Yours is not. I think you said ether. Now yours is ether. Conceptually, I see where you're going to expose him again, but still, he diverted away from your question to go back down the same idiot route he's been on for the past 25 minutes. We're going to do this again.
Based on a mathematical model for this to happen?
Mathematical models don't exist. It's not part of science or natural science anyway, even if they did exist, which they don't. Idiot.
Come up with it using the law of gravitation, which is just a math model. Sure.
Math model. I'd like to see that. Just an equation. He doesn't even know what the universal law of gravitation is. None of them do. I've been out here for 8 years. I've asked numerous, high hundreds, because they've all universal law of gravitation. I asked them to post the formula. They don't even know that or the equation. Surprisingly, they don't know it. So we're going down this road. We're miles away, light years away from your question. Hopefully you still remember it.
Right. So
you're saying it's interchangeable. So you admitting that you can interchangeably put space-time or unicorns in the equation shows that you have no evidence for space-time. That's all I'm trying to. That's all I'm trying to get across to the audience.
You got it across to the audience, right? What you should do now is ask him that question again and force this dipshit moderator to enforce the rules. That's what you should do. Hopefully.
You want. You can name space-time whatever you want.
Here we go again. Folks, I'm getting pretty fed up with this. I have to tell you. I mean, I can only put up so long of just crayon munching, delusional, pretender-gone, degenerate, reprobate retards. I can only go so far. But I'll take one for the team here.
From now on, I'm going to call it Felicia. All right?
Cool.
Oh, God. You're going to call what Felicia? Don't answer that. This is a family show.
King of Felicia is what causes the gravitational effects. There we go.
That makes more sense than anything you've said up to this point.
How's that? I predict that the warping of Felicia.
He's now predicting. So the warping of Felicia, this is he's going to do another affirmative consequent formological fallacy. The warping of Felicia does what?
Will bend the path of the light.
Will bend the path of the light. So we observed the path of the light bending. Therefore, Felicia caused it. That's an affirmative consequent formological fallacy, folks. Textbook.
Will bend the light path of the star towards our sun. So I'm going to make a prediction based on my.
You're going to make a prediction based on what?
The maths of Felicia.
The maths of Felicia. What the hell? That doesn't make any damn sense. Show the maths of Felicia.
And do an experiment. Oh, look. The warp. Do
an experiment? You don't know what an experiment is. He's got me going with this. Can you ask him the question again? Is mathematics descriptive or explanatory? Remember, don't lose that, folks.
Warping of Felicia has done exactly what I said it to do. It just happens that all of the maths and everything around.
This is unbelievable.
Felicia is also the same as the maths for space-time. It doesn't.
It's also the same mass that he has for his ether and his unicorns. So you're on the same ground. You're on the same level. We must have been through this. I don't know how many times up till now, like 5 or 6.
It doesn't matter. I've just changed the name of the thing. Changing the name of something doesn't matter. You can.
Yeah, we'll just call you Ass Clown from now on. It doesn't matter.
Call it what you want.
Ass Clown.
But the mathematical model
that doesn't exist. We already been down this road.
shows that this thing.
It doesn't show shit. It doesn't exist.
Space-time, Felicia, whatever, is warping based on the interaction of large mass.
Okay, can we get mass doesn't it's undefined. It's meaningless. We gonna get back to that question, Caleb?
That's what it shows.
So you're admitting that the framework of Felicia warping
Doesn't sound like he Jedi mind tricked you into this Felicia horseshit.
the light to go towards the sun is just as valid as space-time, right?
I've just changed the name of space-time. All of the maths,
brother.
Everything about Felicia
Everything
is exactly the same as Einstein described space-time. It's exactly
Did it go through it?
the same.
Let me ask.
Caleb, hold on. The only thing I've done.
Moderator. Oh, you're looking up now. Wake up. Okay, time to put the end to this shit. It was time like 20 minutes ago.
The one single thing I've done is I've changed the name space-time to Felicia. Now, change anything apart from the name.
Get him,
All
Caleb.
The maths is exactly the same.
Hit him with the question, Caleb.
So if it's interchangeable, all the things that you said about the observations does not substantiate that a fourth dimensional fabric of space-time
What
exists
the hell?
and warps light.
What was
Massless
that?
light where gravitation.
Did you see that? Let's go. I'm going to pull a J. Check him out. What is this, a poltergeist or something? Check his out. What does he do?
That you said about the observations does not substantiate that a fourth dimensional fabric.
What the fuck is that? What the fuck is that? Oh my God. Folks. Oh. Does somebody have a silver bullet? A silver dagger or something? Holy shit. What the... Oh, scary fuckwit.
Fabric of space-time exists and warps light. Massless light where gravitation's only supposed to act on mass. So
he doesn't know what mass is. Remember, it's meaningless. He successfully Jedi mind tricked away from your very poignant question about is mathematics descriptive or explanatory? It doesn't sound like we're going to get back to that. He's successful. I thought you were sharper than that, Caleb.
you've substantiated nothing. I asked for evidence of space-time warping, a fourth-dimensional fabric, and you said that it's completely interchangeable, whether you call it unicorns or whatever you call it. So would you admit you have no evidence that...
Did he just do that again? I'm sorry, folks. Let's see that. Let's see if he just did it again.
Asked for evidence of space-time warping, a fourth-dimensional fabric, and you said that it's completely interchangeable, whether you call it unicorns or whatever you call it. So...
You fucking degenerate, reprobate creep. What the fuck is this? Well, how is this generated? Do you have a demon in you? Must be a dumb fuck demon.
Would you admit you have no evidence that space-time is a physical thing?
What did he say to elicit that? That creep of a reaction. Scary, dude.
That warps in the presence of mass, and it could be anything.
Absolutely not. It's the Eddington experiment in 1919.
Here we go back again to this fucking non-experiment from 1919. I don't know how much longer I could take this, folks.
An experiment similar to it demonstrate exactly what we had.
He's covering his eyes too. I mean, my word. Get him back to the question.
Asked expect. Not only that, but we can move to modern times and look at the LIGO experiments, which also
LIGO's not an experiment. We're not getting back to that question, folks. He didn't Jedi mind trick me. We're just not going to go back there. Now he's talking about LIGO. This guy wouldn't know the difference between LIGO and a chartreuse windsock. It's as much as he knew about the star plates in the Eddington non-experiment. You going to let him get away with this, Caleb?
match
No.
100% the predictions of the warping of space-time. Or
How much is the fringe shift? How much is the fringe shift? How much is the fringe shift at LIGO?
How much is the fringe shift? That's what he said at LIGO.
Of what? Of the fringe shift?
Of what? He doesn't know what LIGO is, folks. He has no fucking clue. None. He just knows the term LIGO. That's all he knows. Unbelievable. Get him, Caleb.
Shift in LIGO within the
Of the
margin
lasers?
So the fringe shift at LIGO is within the margin of error. Well, that sounds sciencey. Well, if it's within the margin of error, the fringe shift, then nothing fucking happened. You dumbass cracker. He doesn't know what he's saying at all. It's just fucking clueless. What's within the margin of error? You're a stone cold dumbass, man. My God. Don't you have any honor? We all know you're making shit up. Disconnected, incoherent drivel. You're just regurgitating surface puke. Incoherently. Fuck.
Yeah.
How much is it?
Within
Within the margin of, he keeps on to say margin of error. What a fucking clown. Ass type, one each.
No, that's not an answer.
That's
Can
right.
you give me like a size? Like, can you give me a measurement of how much the laser changes? How much?
He has no fucking clue. None.
I'm not sure the exact amount of
Oh, really? You're not sure the exact amount? You're not sure a dick. You don't even know what LIGO is, for fuck's sake.
off by hand, but I remember it's within the margin of error. Of
He
each
keeps on saying it's within the margin of error of nothing. If it's like I said, if it's within the margin of error, the phase shift, then nothing fucking, or the fringe shift, then nothing fucking happened. It's within the margin of error. This is like listening to Elmer Fudd give the keynote address at a metabolic pathway convention. How the fuck does he have any subscribers? I asked that before. How? How? Why? More of the how, not why. It's too stupid. I don't know. Can you just imagine that all of his subscribers, I don't know how many, I don't follow this idiot. All of his subscribers, this is really scary, are dumber than he is. And you're out driving your car, and I'll bet you you come across or come by some of his subscribers. Ain't that friggin' scary? My word.
So you don't know the amount that the fringe shift happens, but you just believe that it.
It's within the margin of error, Caleb. Oh shit!
No, again, I don't believe any.
No, don't sentence fragments. You're gonna tap dance. Try to tap dance your way out of this. You can't do it. You're already exposed. Mae West is over there blushing.
I've
Idiot.
looked this up and researched this before.
Then why don't you know?
Because I don't have an eidetic memory. I don't remember.
You brought it up. It's your claim. You stamped your flag in it. You got to know it now. More than LIGO. Oh. Fucking Eejit.
Every single thing I ever look at ever.
We didn't ask you to know every single thing, but you better have the principles, at least. You're a pretender, clown, fraud, fuckwit.
If you're going to provide it as evidence, you should probably remember it. Don't you agree?
Like I said, Caleb, good job. Exactly.
Well, no, because I've.
Well, no, Cause why? Let's hear this.
The internet, and I can just look it up and show.
Because he has the internet and he could just look it up. What the fuck? That isn't an answer to his fucking question. It's nonsensical. I gotta take a break, man. I could feel it. I'm taking a break. All right, let's take a look at what we got here. We're going for almost 2 hours. Guess what, folks? That's it for this evening. I can't take any more of that shit tonight. So, this isn't the only episode. You're not going to know when the other episodes are. I'm just, when I feel like doing it again, it's gonna take some therapy right before I get to the next one. Maybe I might call 1-900 therapy. Get some this evening. You know, electric shock type to get through this. But I can't take this shit anymore. All right, let me get my act together here. Get this ready to go. Outro. Well, thanks. Appreciate it, the Verdant Droid. Yep, Lumpy Gas. Thanks, guys. Thanks for coming, man. Hope you got something out of it. And remember, don't forget about Einstein's equivalence principle. E equals MC squared. That's a gem. I'm never going to forget that. You aren't going to hear the last of this. I'll tell you that much. Buy that for $1. All right, folks, just keep your ear to the grindstone. I could show up tomorrow. You just never know. Depends on the therapist. And we'll catch you on the flip side. QE out.
Horizon that we're saying is not physical. It's
No,
refractive.
nothing. You right. Hold your hand out in front of you. Is that your physical hand you're seeing?
Correct.
No, it's not. Hold your hand out in front of you. Is that your physical hand you're seeing?
Correct.
No, it's not. Hold your hand out in front of you. Is that your physical hand you're seeing?
Correct.
No, it's not.